Alright, now here's a clutch that I've been pretty excited for. We got some Retics here. And this is going to be quad morph. What we did was we bred a dwarf Sunfire Slayer. So we got the Sunfire and the nice inky black from the Slayer coming in on one side. And we bred it to a Platinum Citron Tiger. So we got a 3-gene snake, and we're adding a 4th gene. So the odds are slim that we'll hit it, but we could get a new... We'll certainly get a lot of new morphs, but this week we're hoping for a quad morph, 4 codom genes. Although the Citron's not necessarily a codom, it's more like a visual het for titanium. But man, that would be cool. We got a lot of nice titanium females, and if we got a quad morph that we could plug into them and make, add 3 morphs to titanium all at once, that would be awesome. Woo! Ooh. She's pretty. Just a sun tiger, looks like. Pretty cool. And these will also be 25% dwarf, which is kind of a nice thing. It's good to know for breeding. It doesn't necessarily mean they'll stay any smaller than a normal retic, because they've only got a little bit of influence. But if you want to breed back to high percentage dwarfs later, they can actually produce dwarf stuff for you later. And some of these genes, like the titanium, there's no dwarf titanium stuff out there yet. So these will be the first Citrons that have any titanium blood in them at all. Oh, wow. Okay, now this one's a Citron. Look at that. Ooh, guys, this might even be it. You can tell the Platinums don't look too spectacular when they first hatch out, but Platinum Citrons definitely do. So that's definitely a Tiger Platinum Citron. And that's got some crazy pattern on it. Hopefully it might be a Sunfire too. It's a little bit hard to tell. We hatched some Slayer Sunfire Platinums earlier this year, and they were gorgeous. The Slayer really adds a lot of has a lot of dark color to it. So when you start stacking genes on top, they end up looking really good. There we go. Looks like another. Ooh. Looks like a. That one looks like a Citron Sun Tiger. We don't have Jay or Tim here, so I'm going to have to load this video up, and you guys will have to see how I am at naming the morphs. You're probably sitting at home saying, he didn't know what he's talking about. But I think that's a Sun Tiger Citron. This looks like a Sunfire Citron. Pretty little snake. This is a good-sized clutch. Especially since Mama was a dwarf. We got 29 fertile eggs out of her. She's one of the good old girls, though. She's a proven breeder and done a lot for us. Okay, so now that's definitely a Citron. That might be all that is a Citron. Could be Platinum too, but doesn't really have that too much of it. This is fun. This is different morph every time when you start getting this kind of numbers on your morphs. 29 eggs. We have pretty good chances of hitting what we want, and we might have got it in that one. Oh, that's crazy. You guys see that? That's a normal. We have like 3 of those in the shop. That never happens. Hitting a normal out of this breeding is about the same odds as hitting the quad morph. Doesn't happen too much around here anymore. Boy, these are pretty snakes. That's going to be a sun platy right there. These, pretty as it is now, they don't look anything like they look after about 6, 8 months, maybe a year. The platinum gene really starts to yellow up, and these things' colors just go crazy.
So the quad head's going to be visible?
Well, it's not a quad het, it's quad morph. So it is one of the morphs is het titanium, which is visual, but the other is Sunfire, Platinum, and Tiger, which are look at that. Wow. As crazy as it is, and as striped as this thing is, I don't think it has any tiger in it. I mean, it might, but I think that this is a Citron Sunfire Platinum. Look at those thick black borders on a super clean snake. Man, that's a good looking. That's what we're hoping to get right there out of these breedings. Come on, little egg. This one's a little odd, a little wrinkled. what we do is we wait. You can see here some of the eggs have started cutting for themselves, and that's how we know that they're ready. And then we go in and try to help them out, because some of the snakes will have, these are really tough shells. I mean, this is a brand new razor blade, and I'm having a hard time slicing through some of it. And so these little baby snakes, every now and then you get one that's a little bit weaker and wouldn't make it out naturally. And you know, this isn't a nature documentary. We don't like to just watch them die in front of us if we can help it. So that's a pretty snake too. See, this guy's a little bit small in that tough eggshell. I think that's a sun platinum. But you know, honestly, on these snakes, they got so many morphs together that we're really going to have to wait and see what happens once we get them out of the egg before we can truly call anything for what it is.
Wow.
Are you guys seeing this? Look how good it is. So maybe this is a tiger with a stripe, but I don't know. We'll have to see the head once it comes out. I don't think so. I think that's just a nice stripe. That might be a sun platy citron right there. But gosh, these things are cool. Even the tiger gene, which is a fairly common gene these days, plays a big part in this, because it adds a lot of yellow and pattern influence and makes some cool stuff. Yeah, that's a tiger. Hey, come here, kiddo. Good looking snake. Maybe might be a platron or a sun platy. It's so hard to tell. They look good, I know that much. That's our crazy normal one. Look at these snakes. They're so clean, the pattern. It's like blue-gray on an orange background. Cute little snakes. Here's another one that's cut for himself. A lot of these guys have yolk sacs on them, and so they take a little while. So what we do is we just open up a nice big hole where they can crawl out easily when they're ready, and then we put them back in the incubator. Hey, beautiful. Look at you. Happy birthday. That's a good-looking snake. No stripe on the nose, which means it's a tiger. And it's got to be platinum. And I think that's it. I think this is it, guys.
I'm going to turn it around this way so we can get a better look.
I think this is the sun platinum citron right here.
Oh, wow.
This one cut on his own, so he's like already ready to come out. Hold off, bud. The rest of them will sit in there and absorb their yolk sac for a couple of days. And then they'll head out. But these ones that have cut on their own, as soon as they open that egg up and they start breathing air, they start absorbing that yolk sac. So they're ready to come out a lot sooner than the others. He'll probably be out tomorrow, if not today. There's a citron tiger. Platinum looks like. Citrons were real speckly like that. But it's funny, the sunfire kind of erases it. So you got all these genes clashing and doing different things, and just these are 4 genes that make a snake look colorful and clean. So it doesn't change it too much like, you know, say an albino would. But really what we're just doing is taking it to the max as far as being colorful and clean. Pretty snakes. I think that's just a citron. Yeah, it's going to